Federal cuts could set back some of the most promising medical research.
75% of researchers in the U.S. are considering leaving the country.
Medical gaslighting that's sidelining the lives of tens of millions of women.
1 in 30 clinical trials being disrupted.
Funding cuts for some vaccines.
The doomsday glacier.
Wildfire outbreak.
"2025 threw us all for a loop. We expected some challenges and some changes, but I don't think anyone expected what we actually encountered."
It's damaging from like an emotional level because scientists are working extremely hard. I frequently do 6 a.m. to midnight days, and I do them because I believe in the possibility of helping people.
One of my biggest fears is that people, especially from underrepresented groups, start shying away from joining the scientific field. I truly believe that it is essential in science to have diverse minds, diverse backgrounds, to actually make an impact on this world.
Wyss and the scientists were a leverage point for other things happening at Harvard. And that's not right. That's not fair.
We still are not really certain of what federal government support we can count on or not, or can even access or apply for. But the support from industry has been phenomenal.
People are trying to be resourceful, and that often now involves trying to find other sources of funding.
And this is where the family office community and philanthropists more broadly need to step in to fill that void and fund the science that's not being funded today that should be.
I think the public is fearful of science. I think they're fearful because they don't understand it. And we have to figure out how to simplify, how to get away from jargon, to practically talk about science, make scientists real and human.
My first memory of being exposed to science was pretty early on in my life. I would visit my grandparents often at their farm, and I was always fascinated by nature and the animals that were always around me.
My first memory of being exposed to science was I had a book full of different recipes to make different slimes and goos, and I made it my mission to make every single one of these recipes out of my parents' kitchen, which I'm sure they loved.
My first exposure to science was in 7th grade, and I had a wonderful science teacher who worked with 3 of us to win first prize in the citywide science fair.
It turned out that the people who most inspired me in this field have a passionate belief that understanding human behavior lay in understanding brain science. And decided by the end of my freshman year, start of sophomore year, that I was going to major in biology.
I lead the foundation that we started shortly after our daughter Abby passed away from an anaphylactic reaction to food. When Abby died, we wanted to make a difference. We felt like we missed the signs of her anaphylaxis, and I wanted to fund technology that would have detected the reaction that killed Abby. With help from the Wyss and other institutions, and we're advancing the problem.
As I was finishing my undergrad in computer science and math, my dad was diagnosed with adrenoleukodystrophy, which is a rare neurodegenerative disease. And that shifted my focus pretty dramatically.
I'm working on the Gates Malaria Project, in which we're researching a new vaccine against malaria.
My relationship with the Wyss Institute is now as an innovation ambassador. I went to one of the retreats, and from there I fell in love. And currently 2 of my single family offices, their foundations donate capital to the Wyss on projects that really resonate with their missions.
I work to observe the brain to understand what's going on in disease and make medicines for patients with different diseases of the brain.
We are working on developing a platform for delivering large molecule drugs across the blood-brain barrier to the diseased cells and targets within the brain.
I lead the sponsored team. We work alongside the researchers and the faculty to help them find appropriate opportunities, and a lot of nagging. I think we are professional naggers.
We can get drugs across the blood-brain barrier. We are at a point where this problem is solvable.
Each time a medicine is approved by the FDA, like that is at least as dramatic a technical feat as when we landed on the moon. And whenever a success happens, we should be aghast.
When I see the energy of the people that work at the Wyss and the passion they bring to their problem, it's incredibly hopeful.
Everyone's impacted by science. And when you look at specifically healthcare, everyone has a family member sick with something. And most of those somethings don't have good treatments. Every individual should see that as a calling charge to go out there and act.
I think it's really important for folks to realize that having pride in your country also means trying to make sure that the great innovations that come out in the next 5-10 years are coming out of the US.
This is not society abandoning science. It is a challenge where we need to rethink how we're going to counter the assault. And your perseverance, your courage, your scientific prowess, your passion is what's needed. You've come so far. Don't give up now.
In a world full of division, science can bring us together.
Science helps us find truths about the world we live in.
Science is only going forward.
Disease has no borders.
Discovery does not stop in difficult times.
We are so close to curing certain diseases.
Stick with us. We won't give up.